Please be ready for a dictation of Part 2 of US President Mr. Joe Biden's inaugural address on 21st January 2021. 5 seconds. Start. My fellow Americans, we have to be different than this. America has to be better than this, and I believe America is so much better than this. Just look around here. We stand in the shadow of the Capitol dome, as was mentioned earlier, completed amid the Civil War, when the Union itself was literally hanging in the balance. Yet we endured, we prevailed. Here we stand looking out on the great mall where Dr. King spoke of his dream. Here we stand where 108 years ago, at another inaugural, thousands of protesters tried to block brave women marching for the right to vote, and today we mark the swearing in of the first woman in American history elected to national office. Vice President Kamala Harris, don't tell me things can't change. To all of those who supported our campaign, I am humbled by the faith you have placed in us. To all of those who did not support us, let me say this: hear me out as we move forward. Take a measure of me and my heart. If you still disagree, so be it. That's democracy, that's America. The right to dissent peacefully within the guardrails of our republics, perhaps this nation's greatest strength. Yet, hear me clearly, disagreement must not lead to disunion, and I pledge this to you. I will be a president for all Americans, and I promise you I will fight as hard for those who did not support me as for those who did. Some days when you need a hand, there are other days when we are called to lend a hand. That is how it has to be, and that is what we do for one another. And if we are this way, our country will be stronger, more prosperous, more ready for the future, and we can still disagree. My fellow Americans, in the work ahead of us, we are going to need each other. We need all of our strength to preserve, to persevere through this dark winter. We are entering what may be the toughest and deadliest period of the virus. We must set aside politics and finally face this pandemic as one nation. And I promise you that this, as the Bible said, weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. We will get through this together. We all understand the word is watching all of us today. So here is my message to those beyond our borders. America has been tested, and we have come out stronger for it. We will repair our alliances and engage with the word once again not to meet yesterday's challenges, but today's and tomorrow's challenges. And we will lead not merely by the example of our power, by the power of our example. We will be a strong and trusted partner for peace, progress, and security. In my first act as President, I would like to ask you to join me in a moment of silent prayer. Remember all those who we lost this past year to the pandemic, those 4 lakh fellow Americans, moms, dads, husbands, wives, sons, daughters, friends, neighbors, and co-workers. We will honor them by becoming the people in the nation we know we can and should be. So I ask you, let us say a silent prayer for those who have lost their lives and those left behind, and for our country. Amen. Folks, this is a time of testing. We face an attack on our democracy and on truth, a raging virus, growing inequity, the sting of systemic racism, a climate in crisis, America's role in the world. Any one of these would be enough to challenge us in profound ways, but the fact is we face them all at once, presenting this nation with one of the gravest responsibilities we had. Now we are going to be tested. Will we rise to the occasion is the question. Will we meet our obligations and pass along a new and better world to our children? I believe we must. I'm sure you do as well. I believe we will. And when we do, we will write the next great chapter in the history of the United States of America. My fellow Americans, I close today where I began, with a sacred oath. Before God and all of you, I give you my word. I will always level with you. I will defend the Constitution. I'll defend our democracy. I'll defend America. And I will give all of you, keep everything I do in your service, thinking not of power but of possibilities, not of personal interest but the public good. And together we shall write an American story of hope, not fear, of unity, not division, of light, not darkness, a story of decency and dignity, love and healing, greatness and goodness. May this be the story that guides us, the story that inspires us, and the story that tells ages yet to come that we answered the call of history. We met the moment. Democracy and hope, truth and justice did not die on our watch but thrived, that America secured liberty at home and stood once again is a beacon to the world. That is what we owe our forebearers, one another, and generation to follow. So, with purpose and result, we turn to those tasks of our time, sustained by faith, driven by conviction, devoted to one another in the country we love with all our hearts. May God bless America and may God protect our troops. Thank you, America. Stop.